McGregor did. It's really a trick. He gets these people to box with him. They have no business boxing with him, and he's making millions and millions of dollars doing this way after his competitive career is over. Needs that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
Because everything that he says is about money. There's nothing else. There's no values. There's no...
Joe Rogan didn't pull any punches when he questioned Floyd Mayweather's bold claim of owning $42 million across 60 buildings. According to multiple reliable sources, those figures just don't hold up. While Floyd often paints a picture of being incredibly wealthy, many believe that his so-called fortune is more smoke and mirrors than...
So Floyd is just piecing him up. Boxed up by literally the greatest boxer of all time. Floyd was just boxing him up, which is what he does. So that's what's interesting is Floyd's making more money than anybody, and he's boxing people who have no chance of beating him. It doesn't even hurt his record. Also money. He needs that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's not that expensive though, but
he's only 46. But he does this with everything, man. He's got $1 million watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
You think they give them to him?
Yeah, because then you get a video like that.
Right. That's smart.
And then you get Floyd's Air Force Ones given away for charity. That's a tax write-off. And all sorts of things that goes into
Yeah, you
that.
got a good point. But those $1 million watches, they're not giving you those.
As Floyd's career progressed, he shifted from being an exciting boxer to turning into Money Mayweather. Joe Rogan commented that Floyd stopped caring about the love of boxing and became more focused on the money. Along the way, he also started showing a lack of respect for his opponents.
Floyd went from being like a really exciting pressure fighter and he had a bunch of hand problems to like Money Mayweather, start talking, just boxing people's faces off. No more hand problems, much more money.
Yeah, I love what he's doing too, beating up these YouTube guys.
It's great.
I love it.
It's so funny that these guys are willing to get beat up by him.
Well, I think they're all delusional.
And one of the reasons why people watch him fight is not because he's like Mike Tyson, just goes out and destroys people. They like watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit, and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but when I'll show you, when I'll show up, I bring out the big boy, and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like $5 million. And so you hate him.
Rogan also mentioned that Floyd isn't just remembered for his talent in the ring, but mostly for how much money he's made. He's easily one of the most recognizable fighters ever, but when it comes to MMA, Joe made it clear Floyd wouldn't stand a chance. This really highlights the doubt some experts have about Floyd's ability to succeed beyond boxing.
Floyd Mayweather applying for MMA license wants 6 to 8 months to train.
He's screwed.
First of all, they should give him everything they can get their greasy paws on to get him to fight Conor in an MMA fight.
You'd be screwed.
It's not just getting screwed. Like someone said it should be 1,000 to 1. That's not high enough. It's not high enough. If Conor McGregor was going to fight Floyd Mayweather in MMA, it is as close to 100% as anything ever gets ever. He's probably going to punch Conor in the face a couple of times. It's probably going to suck, but Conor's going to get a hold of him. And then he's going to be like a baby. And if that doesn't happen, he'll kick Floyd's legs out from under him. He'll kick his legs sideways. He'll kick them from the outside. He'll kick them from the inside. He'll stay way the way from any sort of a range where Floyd can punch him. It'll be a completely alien range for Floyd.
In another moment, Joe Rogan pointed to just how much influence Floyd holds. He recalled a story about Mayweather supposedly getting a referee pulled out mid-fight. Rogan made it clear only someone with Floyd's fame and control over boxing could pull off something like that. It shows how much money plays a role in every part of Floyd.
Floyd Mayweather hit him behind the head. So Floyd said Floyd Mayweather hit him behind the head. So Floyd fired the referee in the middle of the bout. Floyd throws this punch, and he's 100% correct. The punch landed the side of the head. It's a right hook. It's a perfect punch. And the referee was saying, watch the back of the head. He's like, what the are you talking about? And so he kicks the guy out, and they bring in a different referee who finishes the fight. It was insanity.
Joe said Floyd's fierce drive to win came from his roots. Growing up with a dad and an uncle who were both competitive fighters pushed Floyd to go all in, both in the gym and in life. This mindset helped him dominate the sport, but it's also shaped how he approaches money and business.
You'll just look at boxing in terms of like how often you get hit versus how often do you hit the other guy. He's the best ever. The way him and his uncle and his father talk, I imagine they were always super competitive from the time they were young.
Yeah.
Like he grew up being super, like they're super competitive. They're competitive about talking shit. They're competitive about all kinds of things. So it's like that hive, like growing up with that all the time and the boxing skill.
Floyd once claimed that he brings in $3 million every month, saying he makes more than Bill Gates. While that might wow some fans, anyone who understands how boxing paydays work knows better. Experts have been quick to shut down those numbers, calling them unrealistic and overblown.
And Floyd Mayweather says he makes $300 million a month, which is $3.6 billion a year. He makes more money than Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all of those guys. So I say all that to say this. The money that Canelo was looking for, they can easily come up with that money. Floyd Mayweather got it.
Well, listen, let me put it this way to you. If he makes what did he say, $300 million a month?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm 6'4" and 240. And I know I'm 5'8" and a half and 240. So there you go. There's no way. There's that. If he makes $3 million a month on his investments, that's a lot. $36 million a year. That's a lot. So I know guys that are worth, $500-600 million, plenty of them, and they don't make $36 million a year, let alone $300 million a month. So there you go.
Money has always been at the center of Floyd's life. He's even said he wants his kids to carry on his business legacy. Floyd says his focus is on building wealth that lasts for generations. But this way of thinking has drawn criticism from people who feel he values dollars over doing the right thing. I believe in passing on wealth. All 4 of my kids are grown, and I told them, no more free money. I realized I was hurting them by just handing it out. They'd spend it on gas, shopping, parties, then come back asking for more. I've bought them cars and houses, but now I say, if you go to school or work in one of my companies, I'll back you to start something of your own. You've got to grow what I've started, and then your kids should do the same.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all 4 of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts, because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. Told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same thing.
We brought him back in after he got out of jail. Suddenly, he was buying $300,000 chains and brand new Lamborghinis like nothing ever happened. And I was sitting there like, okay, when are you going to give me back the money you owe? I had already put in my share. I didn't want to push too hard right after he got released, but I was thinking, come on, man. We're talking millions here. I kept waiting, and when it finally came up, Floyd acted like he had no idea what I was talking about. He looked at me like I was crazy and said, I didn't tell you all to do that. I just stayed at him, thinking, seriously, 50 Cent didn't stop there. He said a lot of people in Floyd's circle don't even like him. According to 50, Floyd is all about the money and doesn't show much character. He's always bragging, which makes it hard for people to respect him outside of boxing.
We brought them over. I brought him over while Floyd was, still incarcerated. Then he comes home. There's the Let's Get Floyd Back in Pocket campaign that goes on, where it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying the new Lamborghini and all these new things, and I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you had already invested.
Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardlessly. Right. So I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he gonna say he wants to, to give me the other half of it? Why I gotta ask you for it?
Right.
And then when he,
Are we talking over $2 million?
it's about that.
Oh, okay.
At that point, it was, invested in.
All right.
So look, he goes, when he finally does bring up the actual the situation, he acted like he didn't know anything. Like, I didn't tell y'all to do that. I didn't tell you to do that.
Oh, man.
And I'm looking at him, and he looked in my face and he told me to do that.
Floyd's money issues don't end, with 50 Cent Logan Paul also came forward saying Floyd still owes him from their exhibition fight. Despite all the buzz and millions it made, Logan says he hasn't been paid in full. This just adds to the pattern of Floyd putting money first, even if it means stirring up...
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. Is get the money, spend the money.
All that money?
It took, been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone, trust me. Now it's like, you call him, he'll be at your, your local hosting in a nightclub, because you need that action right now.
Do you think he'll step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
Oscar de la Hoya has also weighed in. He thinks Floyd keeps fighting because he needs the cash. According to de la Hoya, a lot of fighters go broke from overspending. And with Floyd's lavish lifestyle, jets, designer clothes, and luxury cars, it's easy to see where that concern...
Why fight Logan Paul?
Name another boxer besides myself that's more famous than Logan Paul.
Tyson Fury?
What? I want you to look up Tyson Fury, how many followers, and look up how many followers Logan Paul has.
Logan Paul, 56 million. Tyson Fury, 4 million.
So 50 compared to 4 something. I can fight a fighter right now, guarantee myself 35 million. Or me and Logan Paul can go out and entertain and have fun and make 100 million or more. So if you were me, you gotta look at 35 million for 12 rounds and 100 for 6 rounds. Big difference.
Floyd constantly makes headlines for his spending habits. He's got a watch worth $18 million and claims to have hundreds more, each costing thousands. These flasher purchases get people talking, but they also raise doubts about whether anyone, even Floyd, can keep up that level of spending forever.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're going to have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
Floyd's never been shy about tooting his own horn. He often says no boxer in history has done what he's done. While his confidence is obvious, so is his habit of constantly comparing himself to others. It helps fuel his image, but it also opens him up to...
How much is this?
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high. Ooh. 18 life.
That happy birthday, champ. That's how we doing. 1 point. That is sick, dude.
But you gotta show him what he say, man.
Money green.
No, hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. 101 piece. That's
one of one. One of one.
Money team.
Can we see it on him?
Yes, sir.
That one of one.
$1.8 million.
It's like it's a one of one. I love that.
Floyd fought Logan Paul for big payday, yet he turned around and criticized Mike Tyson for agreeing to fight Jake Paul. Fans and critics saw the double standard right away. It showed how Floyd wants to be the only one allowed to cash in on these types of matchups without being judged.
Okay, so your new contract, you wanted no extensions. That's one thing.
Yeah,
makes sense.
that's one thing.
Okay, what was one of them? The ability to box?
One of them was the ability to box. They said that wasn't
an option. Boxing is dead. It's not possible. This and that.
Now, what does that feel like to you, knowing that Conor McGregor did it and fought Floyd Mayweather and made $100 million?
Gentlemen, let's do this.
A bitch, nigga, that's that shit I don't like. Nah. Sneak this that's that shit I don't like. Don't like. A snitch.
Floyd himself has never been shy about Brett. Mike Tyson hasn't been quiet about his opinion either. He once said he doesn't like Floyd, mainly because even in retirement, Floyd is always showing off. Tyson clearly isn't impressed by all the flaunting.
Still waiting? Well, I think I'm separated now. You know, I don't think there's no boxer in history that has accomplished what I've accomplished. Not bragging or boasting, just speaking the truth. I take my hat off to a lot of legendary champions, you know, that paved the way for me to be where I'm at in the sport of boxing. But that was their era, and this is my era. Had a tremendous career. And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather that can break my records.
Floyd's been business-focused since day one, but the way he's handled his money, like unpaid debts and wild earnings claims, raises questions. To some, his version of success looks less like solid business and more like putting on a show.
When you watch something like Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, what is your reaction? When you watching boxing for free, you can have millions and millions and millions of views. But when you're watching Floyd Mayweather, you have to pay. I think WWE is good for Logan, and Jake Paul, easy. At 48, too easy.
You don't think there's an opportunity to land a big punch on Floyd?
Let me tell you something about Floyd. This is what I don't like about him either. No matter whatever we say about him, and it could be true, but he's in that gym. He's a rat.
Yeah.
He retired, but he stayed in the gym. He can't help it. It's just he don't do drugs. That's his heroin. The gym.
Someone told me this. They say he doesn't have a vice.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a vice.
No, he does. The gym.
The gym.
Floyd Mayweather is the most successful boxer in history with a 50-0 record and one of the wealthiest athletes of all time with $1 billion in earnings. But I bet you didn't know it all started with a $750,000 bet on himself. Here's the wild story. In 2006, Floyd Mayweather was 10 years into his boxing career and earning over $5 million per fight. At the time, Mayweather was signed to Bob Arum's Top-Rank Boxing promotion, a partnership which saw Arum get 25% of Mayweather's fight purse. But Mayweather wanted more, and in 2006, he turned down $8 million to fight Antonio Margarita and said he deserved $20 million to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Arum wasn't happy and wouldn't pay up, so Mayweather paid the $750,000 exit fee in his contract to leave Top Rank. Mayweather then went on to promote his own fights, earning a percentage of every ticket, hot dog, and beer sold at the event, and most importantly, all pay-per-views sold. And just 1 year later in 2007, after leaving Top Rank, Mayweather made $25 million for his win against Oscar De La Hoya. Now that's what happens when you bet on yourself.